No man becomes a warrior by living an easy life. If you are watching this, there is a reason. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. Maybe life has knocked you down. Maybe you've tasted failure so bitter that silence became your home. But even in that silence, something inside you refused to die. They told you it's over, but you are still breathing. So it's not. Let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you felt proud of yourself? Not for what you achieved, but for what you endured. For the days you got out of bed when everything inside you said stay down. For the nights you closed your eyes in pain and still woke up willing to try again. That right there is the fire. That's the warrior waiting to rise. This is not a motivational speech. This is not for comfort. This is a call to arms, a challenge, a declaration to every man who has lost his way, who has been betrayed, who has built something only to watch it burn. I see you. I know you because I have been you. You are not weak for falling. You are only weak if you choose to stay fallen. What if I told you that this low point is not your end, but your beginning? That inside every failure is a new foundation, not made of stone, but of scars. Scars that teach you where you've been and remind you never to go back. Today, we begin again, not as victims, not as excuses, but as men who fight forward. There will be no miracles here, only actions, small, painful, relentless actions that lead to transformation. You are not here to be inspired. You are here to remember who you truly are, because deep down, under the noise, under the shame, under the chaos you already know, you are not done. This journey is for the broken, the forgotten, the underestimated. It is for those who lost their edge and are ready to reclaim it. And if that's you, then you are not alone anymore. So before we begin, I want you to do something. Type in the comments. Where are you watching this from? What was your greatest battle? Let the world know you are still here. Let this moment be the start of your return. Let this video be the echo of a truth you tried to silence. You were not made to disappear in the background. You were made to rise. You were made to fight. They say you need motivation to start. They are wrong. Motivation is the most fragile fuel you can rely on. It is the wind. It shows up when it wants, disappears without warning, and leaves you stranded when you need it most. If you keep waiting to feel ready, you will be waiting forever. You do not need motivation. You need mission. A real warrior does not ask if he feels like fighting today. He wakes up, sharpens his blade, and steps onto the battlefield regardless of how he feels. Why? Because the mission demands it. Think about it. Did the soldier who ran into gunfire wait for a pep talk? Did the boxer who stepped into the ring check his emotions first? No, they moved. Not because of how they felt, but because of what they believed. You are no different. You have battles to fight, not out there, but inside, against doubt, against distraction, against the seductive voice of comfort telling you it is okay to rest just a little longer. But comfort is the trap. It is the voice that robs men of their potential. It whispers lies wrapped in softness. It says, you've done enough. Take it easy. Start tomorrow. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die. So today, I challenge you to shift your mindset. Stop asking yourself how you feel. Ask yourself what needs to be done. Show up, even when you are empty, especially when you are empty. Because action creates momentum, and momentum wakes up the warrior in you. Say it with me. I do not need motivation. I need mission. Discipline is not punishment. It is protection. You see, people confuse discipline with restriction. They think being disciplined means having no fun, living a boring life, or turning into a robot. That is a lie. Discipline is the very thing that gives you freedom when you master yourself. You are no longer a slave to emotion. You do not get thrown off track every time life throws chaos at you. You do not skip workouts because it is raining. You do not quit your goals because someone doubted you. You stay the course. That is power. Think about a warrior's armor. It is heavy. It is uncomfortable, but it protects him when the arrows fly. Discipline is your armor. In the modern battlefield of distractions, temptations, and excuses, you want to know why most men fail? It is not because they are weak. It is because they keep negotiating with themselves. They hit the snooze button and tell themselves 5 more minutes. They skip one day of effort thinking it will not matter, but it always matters. Because every small break becomes a habit, and every habit becomes your reality. Discipline is the decision to do what must be done, especially when you do not want to. It is waking up before the sun when your body says sleep. It is pushing one more rep when your arms are shaking. It is sitting down to create when your mind screams distraction. It is honoring your word to yourself. And every time you do, something inside you grows stronger. A quiet, unshakable confidence. Not the loud kind that posts quotes and selfies, but the kind that carries weight when you walk. The kind that makes people listen when you speak. You want respect. Build discipline. You want peace. Practice discipline. You want control over your life. Earn it through discipline. You are not here to be average. You are not here to drift. You are here to become the kind of man who follows through, who walks his talk, who sharpens himself daily because he knows what is at stake. Your future depends on the habits you practice today. Choose discipline. Wear it like armor. Let it shape your days and shield your mission. Because the world does not need more talkers. It needs more men of action. And discipline is the only way you get there. You do not need to change your life in a single day. You just need to do the right thing every day without quitting. This is where most men fail. They want explosive change. They want transformation overnight. And when they do not see results quickly, they quit. But that is not how warriors are built. A warrior is not formed in a moment of glory. He is forged in repetition, quiet, discipline, unseen repetition. Think of a blade. It does not become sharp by a single stroke. It is honed over time, through friction, through pressure, through patience. That is how you must treat your life. Do not aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. Perfection will paralyze you. Consistency will rebuild you. Start small. Read for a few minutes each morning. Do one push-up. Write one paragraph. Make one promise and keep it. Then do it again tomorrow. You are not doing it to impress anyone. You are doing it because this is who you are now. Every small act is a vote for the man you want to become. Every time you show up, even when it feels pointless, you are casting another vote. And eventually, those votes add up. They rewrite your identity. Let me be clear. You will not always see the results. Some days will feel empty. Some efforts will feel invisible. But that is how greatness begins. The seed you plant today does not bloom tomorrow, but it grows. And one day, people will ask how you changed, and you will smile because you will know it was never one big moment. It was every small moment you refused to skip. No one claps when you sharpen your blade, but you sharpen it anyway, because one day you will need it. You are not weak. You are outnumbered. Look around you. The world is not built to make you disciplined. It is built to distract you, to weaken your focus, to seduce you into wasting time, scrolling endlessly, chasing quick pleasures, and forgetting your mission. This is why even the strongest men fall. They try to stay focused while living in chaos. They try to build empires in toxic spaces. They try to heal while surrounded by noise. No warrior trains in a war zone. He creates a space where focus is king. You need to take control of your environment, not just your room. Your habits, your people, your inputs. Everything you allow into your space is shaping you. Every sound, every image, every voice. If you wake up to clutter, your mind starts in chaos. If you open your phone before you open your journal, you have already lost the first battle. If you are surrounded by people who complain, doubt, or distract, their energy infects you. You must become ruthless with your space. Clean your desk. Throw out the junk. Set up your mornings with intention. Silence notifications. Unfollow anyone who does not lift your spirit or sharpen your focus. Protect your mental battlefield like your life depends on it, because it does. Your focus is your edge. Without it, your potential stays locked, but with it, you become unstoppable. And do not forget the people around you. You do not need cheerleaders. You need warriors, men who hold you accountable, who challenge your weakness, who remind you who you said you would become. If you do not have them in your life, create them. Join spaces where men are building. Listen to voices that fuel action. Read words that ignite something ancient in you. Because here is the truth. Environment beats willpower. Every time, you can be the most disciplined man in the world. But if you live in a space that drags you down, you will fall. So build your battlefield. Design it for victory. Let every part of your environment remind you of your mission. Your space should not let you forget who you are. You are not a victim of distraction. You are the architect of focus. Own your ground. Control your space. And watch how everything begins to shift. Most men walk around carrying a label they never chose. Failure, quitter, not enough. Maybe someone gave you that label. Maybe it was a moment, a mistake. A chapter in your past that still whispers shame every time you try to rise. Maybe you believe the story the world wrote for you. But now, you are going to write your own. You are not your past. You are not your worst moment. You are not the man who quit once. You are the man who stood back up. Identity is not fixed. It is forged. And the way you forge it is not with thoughts, not with feelings, but with repeated action. Every time you follow through on what you said you would do, even when no one is watching, even when you do not feel like it, even when the results are still invisible, you are building a new story. A warrior does not say, "I will try." A warrior says, "This is who I am now." And then he proves it daily. Say this to yourself, not as hope, but as a vow. I am the kind of man who shows up. I am the kind of man who keeps going. I am the kind of man who rebuilds, no matter how long it takes. Do not let old labels define a new future. Your identity is not a sentence. It is a decision. Make it today. So here we are. You have heard the truth. You have seen the map. Now it is time to move. You do not need another video. You do not need more time. You do not need to feel inspired. You need to act, not tomorrow. Today. Right now, clean one corner of your room. Turn off one distraction. Write one sentence. Do one rep, and do it again tomorrow, and the next day. That is how warriors rise, quietly, relentlessly. Without applause, the world will not notice at first, but one day it will, and when they ask how you turned it around, you will not say motivation. You will not say luck. You will say this: I made a decision. I built discipline. I refuse to quit. Let this be your turning point. Let today be the day you buried your excuses and stood back up. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not done. You are rising. You are becoming. You are the man who fights forward. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to be fearless. You just have to keep going. Every small act, every repeated promise, every quiet victory. That is the path. That is the way. You are no longer living in delay. You are no longer waiting for a perfect moment. This is your moment. And if you feel something inside you today, do not let it fade. Write it down. Speak it out loud. And most of all, act on it. Because the world does not change when you think about being better. It changes when you decide. So what will you do next? Whatever it is, let it be worthy of the warrior inside you.